They got these photo enforced stoplights, okay? They tell you it's a free checking account. And so then it turns out, but when you read the fine print, so that when you see it turning yellow, what do? You speed up, okay? It actually starts charging you fees after 6 months. The medium and the large are the same size. Sped to get through the light, and then by the time you get through, you made it to the speeding zone and they snap your picture. That's how they get you. It's how they get you. It is 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 how they get you.
Birch mattress, they're not gonna get you. With their 100 sleep night trial and 25-year warranty, you can be sure that if you don't like the mattress, they'll send some guys to your house who will pick it up free of charge. Birch makes high-quality mattresses and sleep products out of organic and natural materials that have been sustainably sourced. There's no toxic off-gassing that will harm you in the night, and it won't harm the environment because it's not made of all kinds of weird stuff. It's made of wool and stuff, not weird foam and stuff. It's fine. And we had a couple of these things for a while, so on top of all of that, we can honestly say these things are legitimately comfortable. And getting this thing online eliminated a lot of hassle. For example, I don't have to talk to a recent business school graduate trying to climb the corporate ladder by managing a chain mattress store location. I didn't have to talk to that guy. It was great. I love this thing, and maybe you will too. If you're looking for a new bed, check out Birch. You could go online, www.birchliving.com/crimepays, and you'll get 20% off the mattress and you get 2 free pillows, okay? So if you're looking for a new bed, check out Birch Living. We had one of these mattresses for a couple months, and we love it, even a couple months later. With your Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with the 25-year warranty. The best part about all of this is that Birch delivers your mattress right to your door for free within the USA. They also offer in-home setup and removal to make your buying experience as convenient as possible.
That eloquent style of urinating over there. See, he's like he's at parade rest. Anyway, welcome to the Brazilian Botany Journal. Crime pays, but botany doesn't. We're here in Brazil. I don't know most of the plants here. Just barely been able to get them down to genus. Half the time to family. But this one I do know. It's a tree of Asteraceae in the Vernonia subfamily. Looks like an Eremanthus. And those are aggregations of flower heads that'll then be sending out little pink Vernonia-like flowers, little pink flowers. This thing's everywhere. Look at the leaves on this too. Look at that. Glabrous up top. You got that velvety white stuff on the underside. Just epic. I mean, it's the dominant, it's a pioneer tree. You can see it's establishing its nice stand. Anyway, we're going to go check out some of the plants growing up here. Some cool alcantarias and other stuff growing on the rocks up here. A lot of great botany. This state, Minas Gerais, is a wonderful state. People are nice as fuck. We stayed at a truck stop last night for 20 bucks each. Wasn't ridden with bed bugs, meth heads, or hookers. No offense to any of those at all. I'm just saying, you know, it does. It gives a certain ambiance sometimes you don't want to be around. All right, it's not like the Motel 6 just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Anyway, we're gonna go see what we got going on. Let's go check it out. So looking at the ground, you can see this spot recently burned. No idea about fire frequency in Brazilian Cerrado biomes. Don't know who's studying it. Wish I did. Haven't checked Google Scholar or anything for papers. There's probably a little information out there at least, but you can see a lot of this stuff apparently is fire adapted. We're getting a lot of recruitment of different flowering plants popping up. Let's check this one out right here. It's a species of Croton. You can see those female flowers on the bottom indicated by that ovary right there, and male flowers up top. Just good old Croton flowers. See that? Is that yeah, those are the stamens right there. Very scabbard texture to those leaves. Got that rusty indumentum. Look at all the trichomes on the underside right there. Croton's a huge genus. This one appears to be resprouting from a corm in the ground, or just a stocky root. Right here we got some Lamiaceae, some member of the Salvia family, Lamiaceae. Odd structure, odd floral structure. You don't see that in North America too much. That take on a salvia-like flower. You can see it's got the how many stamens you got in there? 2, 3, can't tell. There's a style on the bottom. You can see those lateral petals just dipping outwards, dipping out to the sides. And of course that lamiaceous calyx. Look here, we got a polygula. And by polygula, I mean Polygalaceae, the family. You could see those fringed keels right there. Pink flowers on a spike. This lamioid, whatever it is, smells really good, really pungent. All right, definitely the salvia family. This thing almost looks like Malvaceae, but pretty sure it's in the genus Turnera, which is passionflower family, Passifloraceae. Used to be in Turneraceae in its own family, but recently got merged. 5 petals covered in trichomes. Note the sepal. Look at that kind of ovate shape to the sepals. And then doesn't look very malvaceous when you look inside that flower. Just five simple stamens. Look at that, there's that Croton, just coming back from root tubers, like so much of the stuff here. Just coming back from perennial roots. So that leads me to think this is very adapted to fire already. Look, here's a salvia, here's an actual salvia. Not just the family Lamiaceae, but the actual genus salvia. Look at that big labium, that big petal, that landing pad petal. Smells really good, there's the leaves. This is more in tune with some of our North American salvias. Oh yeah, very glandular leaves. Look at the glands on it. Holy hell. Look at this. This looks like a frickin' oxalis. Look at that. Look at that. Trifoliate leaves. Fuzzy as hell. Nice oxalis flower. Fuzzy calyces. Somewhat glandular. And just coming back from a perennial root. Right out of that burned soil. So that is an oxalis with those trifid leaves you could see, and then this is a Turnera with the simple leaves. Both are hairy as hell though. Things are going to be covered in trichomes or wax here. Lots of pollinator activity right now. Look, you got this member Asteraceae. Everything glandular. All these little herbaceous perennials are very glandular. Almost looks like a Vernonioideae subfamily, but I said about everything. Hairs, glandular hairs on the scape right there, on the inflorescence. There's the leaves, linear. There's that other lamioid. And here's a member of Lythraceae, the loosestrife family. Also glandular as hell. Look at those notorious capsules. Those sepals, those calyces. They can be very distinctive. Of course, that'll mature into the fruit later on. There's the flower right there, almost looking like a melastome. Got to get up close and then see it's got 6 petals, and it doesn't have the melastomataceous anthers. Nice. Yeah, Brazilian fire ecology. There's probably a couple people studying that, I would assume. Who's this? What's this daisy? Let's go check this out. I hope it's not invasive, goddammit. Okay, so you just got a DYC. Looks like all the other damn yellow composites. Flip it over. Check out the phyllaries. Phyllaries can be diagnostic. You got a hairy scape. Very distinct shape to those phyllaries. Looks like they occur in 2 or 3 series. What do the individual disc florets look like? Just typical 5-lobe corolla. Little daisy. Almost looking like some sort of damn Encilia. There's the ligules. And there's the leaves. Alternate, scabbard, and hairy. You got your sedges, you got your Rincospora, insect-pollinated sedges. Most are wind-pollinated. You got this yucca-like member of Eriocalaceae. You can see the tiny little button flower heads emerging right there. Apparently adapted to burning. Look at those lower leaves. I'd love to see the roots on some of this stuff. It appears a lot of it is adapted to burning occasionally. Oh, divaricating branching. That's interesting. I don't see any flowers though. Cool leaves though. Coriaceous and covered in pubescence. That's cool. Check out the, oh my god. You got Leothrix here. Eriocalaceae. Look at it. A graminoid, a rosette-forming graminoid covered in wool. Got a bunch coming up beneath this Lychnophora, which is a Vernonia. It's a composite, which is apparently, did these burn? I can't tell. It looks like some of them may have burned. Lychnophora is fire adapted? No shit. I did not know that. Yeah, the fire came through here. Like the Leothrix apparently is fire adapted too. They must have a nice root system. All these sedges. Got any flowers on this guy? No. Little pink flowers come out of those terminal growth points. And this is a different Lythraceae. See, it didn't burn here. It's too rocky. You got your Velosias. Can dry out completely. What a remarkable genus. Look at this Lythraceae. God damn, look how woolly that head is. It's a composite. That's a daisy. Well, it's a Vernonia, but daisy family. You got those, look at those leaves. Just revolute margins, just steeply curved in and covered in hairs. Almost doing a monocaulis thing. Well, it's got 3 branches, but for the most part, it's monocaulis. That's a fucking Vernonia. That's an ironweed. That's hilarious. Just, so tomentose. And look at this guy. Also got the velvety indumentum on the undersides of the leaves. Got opposite leaves. Member of the stevia tribe of Asteraceae with those long styles. Euphorbiaceae, the Joe Pyeweed tribe. Oh, God, the Asteraceae diversity here is just insane. I can't get over it. All the black lichen on the rocks. Tons of Velosia. You know, that might be a sedge. I think it might be a Velosia, too. I don't know. Let's see. I can't tell. It's probably a sedge. Who knows? No flowers. This Eup, this member of the stevia tribe, smells like grape soda. It's hilarious. God damn it. Like glandular as hell, too. Over there you got the Cipocereus. See, with the nice little woolly coat up top and a pink flower, evidently pollinated by hummingbirds. Tons of little orchids. It's at the Acianthera Torres. Have you ever seen a graminoid look so beautiful? Eriocalaceae is the family there. Look at those little rosettes. A bunch of little clumped rosettes. And there is the inflorescence, the little buttonhead inflorescence. Right next to this sedge, which I think is Legenocarpus. There's that Lythraceae again, and you can see you got the Ciagarus, presumably is the genus of palm right there. All on these quartzitic, this weathering sandstone, this quartzitic sandstone, forming this nice little oasis. Very old rocks. You can see the old strata layers right there. They've been flipped up vertically, basically. Oh, there's a cool cactus over there. It's so hard to move fast in this landscape. There's just too much good stuff to look at. Got to document everything. It's lithophytic bromeliads here, Acmea bromelifolia. You can see there's the flower spike. Look at those fruits are the flowers poking up. Those little yellow things. Looks like the flowers. Pink bracts. Look at it. So how old is this palm? You can see the seed just germinated down in that crack. That's a nice place, you know. You get enough shade, just enough light while you're young, and you start to mature, get a little more robust, your roots get established, then you can really take off and reach your maximum height of about 8 feet, if that. There's the old flower spike. And some capsule fruits on there. Just dried. Actually, they're just dried. Anyway. Extremely coriaceous leaves, and they're silvery too, so they get a little bit of pubescence on there. Is that pubescence or wax? Can't really tell. It feels like wax. Could be tiny hairs though too. Check out the Eriocalaceae diversity. Here's Eriocalaceae again. Just rosette leaves, but they get coalescent. You could see that. It's like a little shrub, and there's the old inflorescences, those little buttons. See that? A flower head composed of many tiny flowers. Nice Cipocereus. Check that guy out. How about that? You got that tuft. That pseudocephalium up top. See that? All those hairs protecting the flowering side of that stem. And then who the shit is this? Over here we got this weird... Is it like some sort of Stachytarphata or something? I have no idea. I'm done guessing. I'm bad at guessing the plants here. Maybe Verbanaceae. See a tube flower. All those fused petals. Oh, you got the trichomes on the inside of that corolla. Waxy capsule fruits. And then there's those leaves down there. Oh yeah, they're opposite leaves. So at least order Lamiaceae. Opposite leaves, scabbard, narrow, adapted to this dry environment. So a lot of stuff will adapt to this dry environment by converging on the same vegetative traits, including even begonias. As you can see right there. To the begonia, I can't even make it because I got distracted by this cool member of Malpighiaceae. You can see those flowers with those lipid glands at the base there. And those heavily coriaceous leaves that are velvety on the underside, of course. With really cool venation. Anyway, let's check out the begonia. Look at it. God damn it. One of those Eremanthus, those tree Vernonias. Again, Asteraceae. There's that palm again with a bunch of moss growing on it. So evidently they're getting fog here. All this stuff gets enough fog, especially probably accumulating these cracks. Look at this begonia. It's a drought-adapted begonia. It's a xeric begonia. I never thought I would see something like that. You normally only see begonias in very wet environments. This thing's insane. Life finds a way. Like, what would that guy say? What's his name? Jeff Goldblatt? What's his name? Look how velvety that peltate leaf is. Such a beautiful color on it, too. And semi-succulent stems. That's insane, man. And, of course, begonias are monoecious, so they'll have unisexual flowers, but both sexes on the same plant. And mostly you're looking at male flowers. You got to look for the ovary beneath the flower to see if it's a female or not. Like there you go. There's one. Already done, but you could see that the swollen ovary. The freaking thing's like 9 feet tall. Not like 10 feet tall. How old is this, you wonder? It's got to be 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 years old. Never thought I would see something like this. I mean, granted, I'm not a begonia guy, but still, it's pretty cool. Those leaves are something else. God damn it. How many millions of years of being exposed to this selection pressure did it take to get there? See, no nectar reward there, just putting out pollen for pollen collecting bees. And the female flowers don't put out pollen, obviously, but they dupe the bees into coming in because they've got stigmas that look like a collection of anthers. Got yellow curly-Q stigmas. Philodendron cipocereus down there. Dryland aeroids. Look at all the lichen on this too. You could tell we get a shit ton of fog here. Pardon my cactus, nice Cipocereus minensis with those beautiful blue fruits. Nice standout begonia there. Nice example. Not as many flowers, not as many inflorescences, but you can really get an idea of the size. And right here we got a member of the petunia clade of the nightshade family. Petunias brunfelsia. It's a shrubby petunia. Smells very pleasant too. Flowers obviously pollinated by some sort of lepidopteran. You can see they're tube-shaped. I guess hummers could do it too. Look at that calyx down there too. All those few sepals. Like an upside-down bowling pin. Oh, glandular as well. As you would expect the nightshade to be. Thing looks like it's struggling a little bit in the drought, but just incredible habitat, man. Just wild. More of that Cipocereus. There you got Neoregelia bahiana. Epic stand of bromeliads. You can see just growing lithophytically. Flush and red. With those anthocyanin pigments. And somewhat bulbous bases. God, that's a beautiful plant, man. Jesus. Nice little colony. I wonder how old it is. Look at all the dead material around here, too. You got little moss. Water probably collects in there, stays for a while after a rain. Little moss pockets. And what's over there? Another bromeliad, Alcantaria recurvifolia. You can see those bulbous bases. Is it a tank? Does it collect water? Probably a little bit. But it's also probably doing cam photosynthesis. So it can hang tight during the dry season. You know, the dead material too. They're creating a little bit of soil up here. I can't get over that lichen. Fog must just collect here. Bathed in fog in the morning at a certain time of year. A nice mine over there. And this is nuts. Another bromeliad just growing in the crack right here. Verresia diamantinense, after Diamantina Plateau. Look at how glaucous that is too. It's going to be hard to get good shots of that. Just growing in the crack, hiding out. How did the seed get there and how long ago? Nice pattern of lichen. Look at this little cave right here. You can see the begonias having no trouble at all, but it doesn't look like they're getting enough sun. They didn't really evolve for. I'm surprised they're able to grow here. Just must be that hot. Old fire scars, but that's quite likely just from burning from the vegetation burning. Who knows? Maybe there were people living in here at one point. Certainly rats living in here, probably, it looks like. Ah, I love these Velocias, man. God damn it. Look at that. That thing's dry as hell. Crispy, stiff, but not dead. Poikilohydric, just waiting to spring back to life with some moisture. With adequate rain. And how does it regulate that? How does it not just come back with the fog? Or does it? You know, you probably need enough moisture to ensure that a good rain that you're going to get going and be able to photosynthesize. But if you get just a little bit and it dupes you, gives you a false start, and then it dries out later in the day, how do they regulate that stuff? Mea phaneroflabia. Say that 5 times fast. Look at the teeth. Look at the teeth on the margins of that thing. Growing lithophytically, like so many of them do here. In this seasonally dry environment. It's so wild, man. Just gotta hang tight. But, unlike the Mediterranean climate, the dry season here is also the cooler season. So, summer is actually a time for rain. This thing is cool. This is a genus I've been wanting to see for a while. Wunderlichia. Another bizarre Asteraceae genus. Look at those involucres. Multi-seriate, and then you got those styles just poking out. Looking like a thistle. Look at that, though. It's got like plumeria-like stems, like succulent stems. There's the leaves. It's drought deciduous right now, but those stems can obviously store enough nutrients and moisture to enable it to flower during the dry season, so less competition for pollinators. The Velocias here, of course, another species of Velocia. Look at that. Look at how just covered in little trichomes. Stiff and rigid and completely desiccated, or near completely desiccated, but not dead. Poikilohydric, like the resurrection plants. Look at those fucking orchids, man. Anyway, the seeds on that Wunderlichia don't look good. They look pretty withered. Right color, but they don't look plump. And if you crack them open, they're empty inside. So this thing didn't get pollinated. I wonder what pollinates it. Well, these kind of look good. Or they feel like, like they're all withered. Bummer. Oh, that's cool. You can see the pollen on the end of those styles, too. Look, there's the leaves when it does have them. Again, very coriaceous. Look at the texture of that. Look at those veins. These are mostly done. God, what a weird plant. A succulent thistle. A succulent drought deciduous thistle. Another Lycnophora Asteraceae. And this creeping Camacrysta that I've been seeing. The flowers never seem to fully open. At least not that I've seen. They probably do, though. Probably bumblebee pollinated, I'd assume. Look, the shape of these flowers is uneven. It's not lateral. It's like and the style comes out towards the opening. See how they've got an opening? They're not perfectly symmetrical. Is that a weird case of enantiostyle? Look, the stamens all curve to the left. The style curves to the right. Is that the benefit of that, of course, would be ensuring outcrossing, but very peculiar shape on these flowers, man. But look, perfect for a nice bumblebee to get in there. Oh, a sedge field seems like a good place to pick up ticks. Oh, there's a nice Encolarium. What the shit? I already had to take the ivermectin, Found one right in my groin. Little bastard. Now it's all itchy and swollen. Rickettsia is no joke, all right? Rocky Mountain spotted fever equivalent. Same genus of bacteria. Oh, here's a weird Encolarium. What the shit? One of those little diminutive ones. God damn it, what is that? No idea on the species. Looking mean as hell. Just like a mean Hectia or a mean Dickia. Look at the teeth on that thing. Colonies of Acianthera everywhere. And it's lichen-covered black. This black lichen-covered piece of quartzite, which would be white if it weren't for the lichen. Oh, look at this colony of Wunderlichia. Oh my God, it's nice. There you go, in all its majesty. I knew this was a cool plant just from seeing pictures of the flower, but I didn't know it had the succulent stem thing. And was drought deciduous. That's pretty cool. God damn it. Now look in here, everything looks dead and gray. There's lichens, there's a bunch of actual dead stuff, there's Velocias, and then you've got this cool Dickia. Another cool, mean, spiny Xeric Bromeliad genus. just doing fine. I mean, some of them look a little rougher for the wear, but they'll be fine once you get some moisture. Those look the best, hiding in the shade of that dead sedge. Another goddamn bromeliad from the bromelioid subfamily, different subfamily than Dickia. Forsia is the genus here. Look at that thing. Silver leaf blades, but still with those mean teeth forming a nice clump. That's a beautiful plant. Next to a wonderful specimen of Cipocereus minensis, with those notorious blue fruits, which I've heard taste like kiwi. Another Varesia, forming a tank. How do these things just sit tight through this dry season, man? It's nuts. Look at that big termite mound. Dickias and Forzias everywhere in all the rock cracks. You got that Acanthera. Oh, who's that little orchid over there? Is that a bulbophyllum or something, or a Laelia? There you go. There's a bulbophyllum right there, and then you got the Laelias are in there. There's your Laelia, going in the crack right there at the base of this Valosia. See, I brought this umbrella to get nice money shots because this light is hell to photograph in. Just super high contrast. Anyway, there's that bulbophyllum. You can see it's got that nice, just like sending out stolons, that nice sympodial growth habit. Look at the shape of those pseudobulbs too. Almost triangular. I guess it's more of a cube. They got four sides, huh? Look at this too. This is, you got to watch out. I made a mistake of mistaking a Valosia for a Tillandsia a few days back, but this is actually a Tillandsia. And look at that. Look at how many. Look at the dense coat of trichomes. It's just almost looking like just silver, just pure silver, and just hanging tough during the dry season. Tillandsia streptocarpa. Got more over there. With that Acanthera, those little red Acanthera succulent leaves. God, it's cool. Yeah, a lot of Velosias end up looking like that too. With that, like the recurved leaf margins at the base of the leaves. But that's definitely a Tillandsia. God, these Velosias are hilarious. Just like little torches. They're such tough plants, man. Velosiaceae is such a cool family that I was completely unaware of before I came here. I mean, I'd read about it, but I had never seen one. I didn't know anything about them. Just drought dormant. Poikilohydric, resurrection plants. Look at that. That one's still alive, and it's just covered in lichens. Just incredible diversity in that family here. I think there's like 220 species in the family in Brazil. Oh, this is cool. It's a Plantagenaceae. A member of Plantagenaceae, an Angelonia. It's like the Brazil equivalent of a penstemon. Look at how glandular that thing is. And look at that lower petal, too. Saw one of these last night. Different species, I believe. Looking like a foxglove almost with that speckling in the back. Those nectar guides, and there's those sepals. Just a bulbous flower. Obviously, bumblebee pollinated. As you can see, we've seen quite a few bumblebees looking like xylocopas flying around here. And there's those leaves. Oh, leathery. No hairs, leathery and glabrous, but opposite. God, it's cool. What a cool genus. Totally off my radar until I came here and saw it. This is kind of cool. I dissected one of those flowers, cut one off, dissected it, and you can see those abbreviated stamens and style are on the top of that corolla. You can see you got the 4 stamens and you got that style in the back. Ah, shit. Either way, you got to do that sometimes, you know. You got to dissect flowers. Every flower is a puzzle. Figure out what pollinates it. This is obviously adapted to bumblebee pollination. You can see the stamens dehisce, put pollen on the head or its back, and then it flies to another flower and hopefully deposits pollen on the style of another flower, on another plant. Got another orchid right there and a nice little colony of Forsia. That Acanthera, those succulent red leaves. Ah, it's cool. More bromeliads. More lithophytes. Stigmatodon oleganthus, looking like a little chalice. A little trichome-covered chalice. What was the journey that these rocks took to get here? Huh? How long ago were they deposited in a shallow sea? See those sedimentary layers of strata? Then they got cooked a little bit in between. They got metamorphosed. Turned into quartzite a little bit. Look at that iron too. It's obvious in there. That red, that weathering in this subtropical environment, just getting dumped on in the summer. They've created some very nice terrain. And what uplifted them too, huh? Was it that Nazca plate to the west? Oh, there's that Lythraceae again. And it's flowering. You can really see the vernonioid habit. Look at this one. This is actually a little bit better right here. Oh, this is a species I haven't seen yet. Look at that. Asteraceae flowers in there. See that? So each one of those, I think, is a single floret capitulum, a single floret head, and then they aggregated into they're syncephalous, a head of heads. So a secondary head. But I have to dissect it. I've seen other Vernonia members do it. Look at how woolly that is. God damn, that's wild. Habitat is just insane. You get all these Velocias. You got that bulbophyllum coming out the cracks right here. A bunch of different, that's that Forzia, that Bromeliad growing lithophysically. You got Dickias. There's so much goddamn diversity here. It's insane. It's overwhelming. And it's all adapted to these very specific conditions. The specific geology and the seasonal dryness. They're not syncephalous. It's just, see that's just a single head. Look, there's those achenes, those seeds, not ready yet. So no secondary heads. Still pretty cool. God, this Lythraceae is really loving this habitat. You can see that Varesia down there. Little tank. Forming little tanks. God, that's such a weird form for Asteraceae. Monocaulis. You see that? Branches up towards the top, but otherwise monocaulis. These little ironweed flowers. Epic habitat, very few people. Yeah, rock outcropping. How many cool bromeliads there, you think, huh? Off. Every time I try to leave, I see something else cool. Look at this melastome. Of course, they got that incredibly bizarre anther morphology, poricidal anthers for buzz pollination for bees, but then you've got those anther appendages right there, those yellow things, which are enticing the bees in. You get that style down there too. 5-petaled white flower. Very heavy pubescence on those leaves. Opposite leaves. And what do they look like on the underside? Oh, fuck off. That's beautiful. Look at that. With those 3 prominent veins, of course. They seem to be diagnostic for the family. So many variations on a theme with Melastomataceae. And they're all cool. There's a seedling Lythraceae. That's what they look like when they germinate, just a little rosette. And that's essentially all they really are. They're just little stalked rosette. Here's another weird Vernonia. You can see it's taken on the habit of an agave. Spiked coriaceous leaves, very leathery. There's the inflorescence. You can tell it's Asteraceae. Looks like you got five heads grouped together, not flowering right now. It just sends up that scape. Here's an old one. I'm getting stabbed by one of those sedges. Just a remarkable form. How does this get selected for? How does it evolve? Mea bromelifolia. A coriaceous tank. Those stiff, spine-margined, leathery leaves. And there's that inflorescence with those yellow flowers, the little yellow tube flowers popping out of it. Whole thing's woolly. Whole inflorescence looking like a woolly comb. Look at this Wonderlickia. Look at how big it is. How old is it? It looks like a damn plumeria. Leafless and dormant with succulent stems. God damn, you got all the Velocia in the background. Flowering, of course, in the dry season. Less competition. Get a monopoly on the pollinators. You know, and I told him, I said, that's all I got. Go fuck yourself. Bye.